Welcome to the Tabletop Gaming Guild show. The Tabletop Gaming Guild show is all about the memories and experiences playing tabletop games with friends and family. Can't great. On this episode, we're going to be playing one of my favorite little deck building games, and it's called Eminent Domain. In this game, we're going to be trying to gain the most points from colonizing or, taking over planets. We're also going to get points from getting techs. Most of these points are going to be in your 3-planet techs. So just so you know, to get these techs, you're going to need to have the ability to do 3 research and have the planet prerequisite out on the table. Each of us will start with a planet that needs to be either colonized or taken over by warfare. On our turn, we get to do 2 things. We get to do an action, so we can play one of our cards, and we get to select a role. When we select a role, there's going to be 5 different roles we can select from, and we get to do the action part, and then everyone else gets to do can follow. So if you look at one of these cards here, no, I'm sorry, we get to do the role part. My bad. So we get to do the role part, and everyone else gets to do the non-leader part of it. So for survey, we can look at a number of planets equal to the number of survey cards we play, but the leader can look at an additional card. So you get to go through the planet deck, you get to pick a planet, and then it'll go in turn order. To follow, you have to play the same card from your hand. Warfare, we're going to be able to collect a fighter, and the leader may attack a planet instead. When you attack a planet, like if you look at one of your planets and it has like 2 little pictures of a ship and then 2, you need 2 fighters to be able to do it. Fighters, you get these little tokens and you can hold on to them over the rounds. So that's one thing, is a resource that you have during the game. Colonize. When you colonize, you get to slip these cards underneath the planets that has the little globe picture on it. And you don't need to finish colonizing the planet. A lot of times you have to colonize the planet, and then you see the leader may settle the planet instead. Once you have enough colonize on it, you can settle it. You have produce and trade. So you can either pick to produce or trade. And you can collect resources on your planets. When you flip them over, you'll see that they have little discs that can get them to produce resources. This is a much harder way to win if you go that route. But it also is an alternate end goal, where if we get all these victory points, the game will end that way, or if we run out of a deck. The research ones are pretty cool because they get to remove cards from your hand, so you can eventually get rid of the fluff in your deck with them. And if you have enough of them, so if you look at these cards here, and you can click on them, you can look through the cards. So the lowest number of cards is going to have like a 3 on it. That means you have to have 3 light bulbs to be able to get any of these techs. And again, you have to meet the planet requirements. Normally the 3 light bulbs require 1, 5 light bulbs require 2, and 7 light bulbs require 7. Or 3 planets, sorry.
3. Yep.
But
I see like different types of planets on them. Does that mean anything?
Yes. So there's 3 main types of planets. There's going to be your tech planets, which look like Saturn. You're going to have your like market basket, or like very I don't know what you call it, agricultural planets that are going to look like the Earth. And then you're going to have the war planets, which are going to be, of course, apparently red. And these cards, although there's some overlap in it, are going to be geared towards that. Like your Saturn ones are going to be tech. They'll be geared towards doing like shenanigans with drawing and stuff. Your Earth cards are going to help you with trading and colonizing. And your war ones will generally help you with war. You'll notice that some of them have little victory point numbers on them. If you look at them, those are points you'll get at the end of the game for those. So the 3 primary ways you can get points is your cards, producing and trading, and flipping over your planets. Some of the tech cards can give you points in certain situations, but in general, the bulk of your points are going to come from those 3 things. So if you focus on those, it won't be a bad strategy. But once you learn the tech cards a little better, there's some cool little combo-y things you can do. So I would definitely recommend perusing the tech cards and looking through them as the game goes by. There's one card that you will have that doesn't exist in the game normally. It only exists at the start, and that's going to be the politic card. Now, there's an expansion that actually puts it on the board, but this doesn't have expansions. So, base game, this isn't a normal card. The politic card, if you have it in your hand, you can play it as an action, and it simply lets you take any one roll card from the stacks and put it in your hand. So without further ado, I'm the first person to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. I'm going to go ahead and play that as an action. So that will let me remove two.
I don't get to see what you're doing as an action here, sir.
Well, you will. I get to remove 2 cards from the game from my hand. So I removed a politic and a produce card. So now I get to take my action for the turn. So my roll. I will pick roll of survey. And I will add on 3 cards to it. So I'll get a whole bunch. And now you guys get to pick whether you want to follow or pass. If you pass, you get to draw a card. So it is sometimes beneficial to pass. But I need that one. Okay. And you will draw up at the end of your turn. So you won't be able to discard cards from your hand if there's anything left, but you'll be able to draw up. With the exception of some, tech cards.
Okay, it didn't seem to give me an option to follow, but
Did you not have a survey card?
I did, but I don't.
I did.
You have to have 2.
Oh, you have to have 2. Okay.
Yeah, because it's -1.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right.
I should have specified that. I did not.
Okay.
So now you do your actions. You're going to pick one card you're going to use as an action, and then you get to pick a roll.
Okay, I'm going to do survey as an action to draw 2 cards.
Monkey. Oh, as an action. Okay. It's like, no, I want another planet.
Now, the planet discards, does that reshuffle if we go through all the way through it or not? I can't remember.
Yes. I believe the planets should be reshuffled if we go through it. I don't know that I've gone through. There's 24 planets. I don't think I've gone through a game where we've gone through the planets like completely. But I might have. I'm pretty sure it reshuffles. But if you look over at the rolls, that's the maximum number of times you can do these rolls. And like I said, it will end once we deplete one of these decks. We'll finish the round though.
Now I can't remember. Can you only do one action?
Without a card that makes you cheat, you can only do one action, and then you select your roll. You will notice there are tech cards that let you do more than one action. Whether they're worth it or not, I'll leave it up to you. Also, the tech cards have symbols on the left. Those count as those symbols if you want to use them on your turn. Also, if you have a planet, like if you look at my tech planet, you'll notice that if I flip that tech planet, I will permanently always have a light bulb available. Always. And there's ones for all the other symbols. Searching for planets, if you don't like what you have, is to get yourself started is not a bad idea. But either way, you have to make your decisions fast on what you're doing and do it. You need to get some planets flipped.
Yep.
I used to play this game. It's coming back to me now, but I used to play this game like all the time. At our lunch breaks at work, you can play it definitely under, an hour.
So you need at least 3 light bulbs though to be able to
get any tech.
Yep.
There shouldn't be a single tech that's below 3 light bulbs. So technically, you would need 2 light bulbs in your hand or 2 symbols available. And then when you lead or you take that roll, that's your third. Because you gain the card. Okay?
So actually, I could do that. And I can...
But you can't research right now because you don't have a planet. So make
Yeah,
sure
I was
you
about
don't
to say
do
the
that.
other thing is you have to have a planet too.
Oh,
So.
okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so don't research. Because you can't do it.
I think that you should research.
Yeah.
So in that case, I think I can colonize to get the planet.
Well, okay, so colonize. You have to have the number of cards underneath or number of symbols underneath it before you do the settling part. So if you look at your stack there, you need to have 2 underneath it. So if you do the colonize action, you can slip 2 underneath it. If you have another one in your hand, you keep it, and the next turn, or don't, and the next turn you can either use that card as an action to colonize it, finish colonizing it, or do another roll to finish colonizing it.
Right. So if I take the colonize action and then I have 1 more, that would be enough. So next turn I can...
Correct. Next turn you can do it as an action instead of a roll, which is better. Because if you look at the action part of that card, it's
basically the yeah.
Oh, then I have to discard down to 5.
Wait, why couldn't I follow your roll?
I think it's you may discard. I don't think you have to discard.
No, you have a hand limit.
Oh, do you? Oh.
Oh, but how come I didn't use the colonize in my hand? I thought I decided to use it.
Can you hit back?
Uh,
When you hit okay. So did you do an action yet?
yeah, I did my action.
Then when you do your follow, you can click on how many cards you want.
Okay, well, I think I lost my opportunity to do that.
You should be able to back it. Hit cancel instead of done.
Nope, now it's saying waiting for other players to follow.
Which why is it not giving me the option? Because I don't have any in my hand.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh well.
Uh
I'll have to figure out how to do that.
well, to be honest, I'm probably colonizing on my turn, even though I can't flip the card. So you'll be okay. It'll work out.
Yeah.
Crisis averted.
Let's see here. I don't think producing is going to be doing anything for me this turn.
Not without a planet.
Or trading. Because I don't have any resources. Let's see.
I like destroying those cards. Although if no one's producing or trading, which would be not me, you guys could take advantage of it.
Yeah, I can't remember what trading does for you.
So
You just trade it in for points, don't you?
Yeah, it's straight up you get points.
And you basically trade resources that you've produced for points.
Right. So for me, in general, without the expansions, it's too fiddly. Like it just takes way too much time. If I just colonize planets, I will do much better. Colonizer warfare.
All right, so let's see. What do I have in here then? It's like,
and like if you look at the cards in there, some of them do improved actions. Like improved colonization lets you settle one planet and then settle another planet or +1 colony, which is pretty nice.
all right. Because I was, if I could just have a planet, that would have been nice. But let's see, what action do I want then? So I'm thinking I could do that. That would give me a third one of those. But now let's do this. All right. Do that. Okay. That was probably what you didn't do there, Nathan, is you have to, when you select the action, you then select the cards that you want to use to also boost the action.
Okay, because it said +1 to boost, so it's like I assume that was just if I press that, it would select the card.
Yeah, nope. So yeah, I selected the card, then I can execute the roll to colonize twice. And then pick the planet. There we go. Let's see.
So I guess you get your wish, Nathan. You get to colonize.
Yep.
Okay. Surprised it let me since I only had one.
Well, if that one doesn't have those specifically the survey, like the roll is number of survey symbols -1 planets that you look at and keep one.
All right, here we go. All right, so everything's back in order here. I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to get rid of these 2 cards. Say goodbye. Then for my roll, I'm going to survey. All right.
Okay, so
Then I
can't
think he's
really
going to get his first red planet.
except I can't. Unless I do politics to get a colonized card.
That's your action.
Oh yeah, so I can actually do that as
But you can do it as your roll.
my roll.
Yeah.
Either way. But if I do it as the roll, then everybody gets to colonize a planet. Well, except for
Yep.
James.
No, we can't settle the planet. We can add colonization to it.
No,
That's true.
Only the
no,
leader
yeah,
can
yep,
settle.
Yep.
Now, if you have a colonized card in your hand, you can use it as an action to settle.
Mhm.
But you know,
I mean, I'm definitely not planning on doing that.
Let's do.
So basically, if you do your roll that way, and you're the only one that does it for settling.
Yep.
Survey for my action.
Okay.
Then roll, and I can. If I is there any? No, there's no value to actually adding extra cards.
Yeah, there can be.
Oh, if you have more than one planet, you could potentially
Wait,
do
you're
that.
talking about politic, right?
For colonize.
Oh no, there is none.
If I'm settling.
Other than you could get them out of your hand, but I mean, you could.
I don't think it will let you do it.
Oh.
Well, I have to get them out of my hand anyways because I have to discard down to 5.
Yeah. It's not going to be much of a problem for me for very long. Oh my gosh, I do have to do this thing. Oh.
Yeah, I have really no reason to follow on colonize, so I will dissent.
You
All
guys are
right.
getting these planets, but for me, it's very disturbing.
I will settle one planet.
Yeah, with your action.
Yep. Haha. I am a champion.
You are. Oh, by the way, your hand limit is only at the end of your turn. So you can obviously have way over your hand limit until your end of your turn. Just so you know. What you can do for a roll?
That's right, baby.
Oh, what did you do?
Technology.
Oh, did you do 3 light bulbs?
Yep.
What card you getting?
I have no idea.
Well,
I
it's going to have
figured
to be a
getting
tech
one's
card.
Be good. Yeah.
So you got,
So it's, yeah, pretty much improved survey.
you have 8
all
to
3
pick from.
cards. Yeah.
So yeah, it depends on what route you want to get. If you want to start doing warfare, that one's good. If you want to keep colonizing, the other one's good. If you want to, do actions to give yourself large amounts of cards for your turn, or you want to go farther into production, I guess.
So yeah, I like that. Settle one planet, then settle another planet or +1 colony.
Right.
That's nice. Improves production. I don't need that at the moment.
Now it does matter which of the 2 you pick. Remember the symbols on the left.
Yep. So I think go with improved colonize. Let's go with that. Sure.
Yeah, that one's not bad at all.
Let's see.
Oh, you have to discard down, don't you?
If I want to, I have 5 cards in hand. So.
Oh, I forgot. Can you? I guess you can discard. Yeah, you can definitely
discard
can.
if you want
yeah,
to.
yeah.
The question is, do I want to? I don't know either. I think I do.
Okay.
James, you should play produce.
Can't settle a planet. Why does it even give me execute? There we go.
Do I want to follow your colonize? No.
It gives me the option, but there's nothing I can colonize, right?
Yeah, that's us. That seems like that should be an auto no thing, but
I'm literally to the point where I'm drawing what I got. Like that's it.
Okay. I have no actions that are actually useful. Other than maybe
Literally, all I have is 4 cards. That's all I have.
okay, I'm going to use the politics card for my action. And get a survey.
Okay.
And then I'm taking the research to get this
You can get a red one.
improved colonization.
Oof, we got copycats
Oh,
in the house here.
Is that what he picked? I wasn't paying enough attention. How do I I execute roll and then select a technology.
Remember the symbols on the upper left matter.
Yes.
I'm surprised no one's doing war.
Oh, where did the
because it just didn't the cards didn't fall that way for me.
Yeah.
heck? Where did the
Plus you only
pick
start
go?
with 1.
But it becomes 2 pretty quick. But yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It confused. No, where'd it go?
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm trying to look for the technology I wanted to buy.
You have to click on the
Disappeared.
deck and it'll
Oh, it actually. Oh, you don't have to click on the deck. Once you must play your role, and then you play all your research.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then you click on that, and then it should give you at the top the list of all the research that you can buy.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking at the bottom, and it moved all the cards I could buy up to the
Okay.
top.
There you go.
Which was like I have to scroll up to know that they did that.
Yeah.
That was confusing.
By the way, we're playing on BGA, which is a favorite with us. But these are nice scripted things, a little easier for me to deal with than Tabletop Simulator, of which I'm not any good at.
What?
Yeah, who would have known? Would have known. Don't look at it. Oh no! Please watch our previous video, and you can laugh. Videos.
Do I research again?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's a fine line because those cards don't give you any points.
No, like not like the 3 ones. Yeah, the 5 ones do.
The 5 and the 7 do. Yes.
Yeah.
And so you have to balance out what you want to do versus more planets.
Yeah, and I think right now I need more planets, so I'm going to get another survey. And then I'm going to survey as my action. And boost it with 3 surveys.
Yeah, that'll give you a nice little thing. And then in turn order, we have to pick whether we're following or
Here.
dissenting.
Ooh, what's the oh, I'm trying to remember what the symbols on here mean. All right, so this one here gives me
I can't see what you're looking
Permanent.
at, but
red and permanent colonize icon. Is that what that
so
means?
if it's a planet of a planet, if it's a picture of the Earth on the upper left-hand corner,
Yeah,
that is or not Earth, but it's brown.
the orange symbol. Yeah, the
Yeah,
orange
that's a
colonize
permanent
symbol.
colonize that you get when you're following or running it. And then so there should be like the symbols, if they match what our roles can be, they help you out
Yep.
with those.
And then one of them looks like it gives me a +1 hand size.
Yes, so if it has a little +1 on the top, yeah.
Yep. So that's worth 1 less point. That costs a whole lot more. Yeah, that one's cheaper to colonize. Hmm. I don't know if +1 hand size is worth it. We're gonna go with that one.
It might be eventually.
May discard some cards. Nah. Actually, yeah, we'll discard that one. Or no. Maybe we'll discard that one.
I'm gonna follow because I have 2 survey cards.
That just gets you 1 off the top then?
Well, actually, technically I have 3, but I might not use
Oh.
all 3. I'll probably only use 2 of them.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to get a second like tech planet, but you know what? Like none of the ones that were there were. But you know what?
Guess who has 3 of them?
Yeah.
Guess who has 3 of them?
Yeah, guess who's annoying me by having
Yeah.
3 of them?
Yeah, guess who has 3 of them? I'm going to skip my action. Yes, I'm sure I want to skip my action. We are going to... Oh, look at that. We're colonizing.
Hey, I got a tech planet.
We're settling a planet. We're going to discard both these cards because I want to try to get colonize in my hand. Tech planet, tech planet. Ooh, ooh. And mine has a light bulb on the top. Look at that. Look at that light bulb. Look at that delicious light bulb that I have. That's very light bulby. That's right. You jealous of my light bulb?
No.
You sure? You seem jealous.
Nope.
Yeah, you seem super
Thing
jelly.
is, I actually don't see a light bulb on any of your planets. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, look, it's bright,
I'm blocking
shiny
it with my
like
thumb,
that.
so I don't see it.
It's like-
See, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Fine then.
When you use colonized cards
Mhm.
after this planet's colonized, you get those back, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. For better or worse, you do.
Okay, so I only have one card I could play.
That's monkey bomb. That hurts.
How do I get? Okay.
Now put me back a turn though doing that, so we'll see.
Well, I might as well do this. I'll collect a fighter. What's the difference? So if you attack a planet, you need to get enough fighters. To
Yeah,
attack the
but
planet
fighters are
first.
nice because you keep them round after round until you use
Yeah.
them. And a lot of planets, it's easier to do the fighting than the colonize. And also, the fighters don't clog up your hands like these as much as these horrible colonized cards do sometimes.
What are you talking about? They just sit on the planet until you're done.
It's
You
true, but then they come back to you, and then you end up with a lot of colonized.
Oh no. Never mind. I guess I will just colonize again.
You know what? Cancel. Descent.
All right.
I used every single card in my hand that round.
Descent.
We're not playing Descent, sir.
I dissent you.
Interesting. Huh.
All right, so we're gonna play this card and hope that John doesn't look at anything.
Uh-huh.
I discarded the card from my hand, and then I just realized I only have 2 cards, so
Wow, you have 2 cards in hand?
that's it. That's all. Oh, well, I only have 2. I only have 2 cards in my entire deck left that aren't on a colonized either. Oh, never mind. I had 3. My bad.
Okay, so it can colonize as an action.
Yes, you can. That's the best way of doing it.
Settle the planet. Okay, and then for my roll, I will survey.
Nathan is, I will mention, winning right now with a whopping
What?
5 points.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah,
that
you
is
also
over
remember for
double.
this game is I
What's that?
never won whenever I played this too, I think.
Yeah. That is unfortunate. Ooh, we got a second tech planet going.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't need to discard anything from my hand. Ooh.
Hmm.
Let's see, and then I guess
Also, just so you know, tech cards that say permanent go down on your board, and they do not go in your hand. Just so you know. That's right.
Oh,
what's
okay.
influence? Is that the points?
Wait, what? Where are you seeing
What's influence?
Influence might be points. Can't remember. What is it on?
It's on improved trade, which is just collect 1 influence from the supply.
Oh yeah, that's points.
How do we get 5 research?
There's a few ways. I mean, you can just get enough card draw that you can just do it.
Oh yeah, you can buy the cards, the tech
How's that
cards.
go? Watch me. Ooh, you're researching?
Yep, I researched.
Now, in some of the expansions, there's actually double like planets of like where you have different types of planets. But I'm gonna dismiss you. Dissent.
I can
What, you don't want to
but
research?
No, I can, but I'm not going to.
It says I can, but I only have 2, so it's not gonna work.
No, you. It will work because you have a planet that gives you 1.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I should have followed that. Oh well.
All right, and then we're researching. Hmm.
I think I'm playing the role of Peter today. Didn't learn the rules that well.
It's okay.
Okay, well I can follow it.
Yeah, you can follow my research because you have 2 light bulbs. 1 light bulb on there gives you 3. Yep, you can do it if you want.
So it didn't really make a difference.
No, since I needed another light bulb in my deck, so that's primarily why I did it. Because now, if my cards are played right now, I can actually do 2 tech planet cards, which are nice.
What do I want to do here?
That was a trade. I hate trade. I hate it. Hate trade.
Okay, so I'm gonna, for my action, I'm just gonna get another ship. And then I am going to survey.
Survey says I have to dissent.
Survey says I'm following
Mm.
because I might have a handful of survey.
Oh, you can fall with all of it then.
I am.
Ooh, I can increase my hand limit with that one.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yes, I am
Ooh.
following, and I am boosting with 4 of them.
Hey. Oh yeah, you don't even have a planet to colonize. That's really good, actually.
Yep.
Or bug fight it. I don't know, whatever word you want to use.
Draw 3, keep 1. Yep, that's what I want to do. Of course.
They
I'll
all
let you
one type?
guess.
Are they all one type? I can't see what you got.
No, they're none of them are a tech planet, which was what I was wanting to get
Well, keep in mind
the
that
whole
if we're
time.
all fighting on the tech planet cards, someone's going to be very sad. So you may want to branch out a
No,
little
I
bit. You're
I
like,
want
I will
it.
die
I
on this
want
fence.
it. I want it.
Oh,
All right, let's see. I guess we'll go with that one.
yeah, that could get you 2 Earths. So that can get you some points.
Now may play in action. See, I don't have a lot of cards in my hand at the moment. So let's go drawing.
Do you get some good cards?
Eh.
Ooh, colonize. You like it. I really enjoy this game. This is actually one of the games I'm sad that I never bought. I had a friend that had a copy and we played a ton of it. But I never bought the game.
I have it.
And Nathan has it.
Which I bought it because you talked about it so much.
Oh, it's such a good game.
It's mid.
You're mid. That was pretty much nonsensical, but that's okay.
What? Why did I? Oh, there. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why. Usually, BJ's functionality is pretty good. It seems a little janky on this one, but
You can't win them all, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kind of moving
Oh.
parts. I guess they're trying to show.
Oh man, who has 5 and who's gonna get? Oh, I really like Data Network. Who else is going to be following me in this?
Yeah, let's see here.
Oh, my arm hurts.
That was the card I was really wanting. And I was
Oh,
like, I got the first tech
so
planet. I got a
good.
head start
Yeah.
on this. And I got tech, and I was like, I'm good. And then just never a second tech planet.
Yep. So good.
I believe we have different definitions of so good, sir.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. So good to be here. Good to be here, sir.
so the only value to resources is you can trade them for points.
You're not going to like my next turn.
I don't like.
What's better than 2 tech planets? The answer is 3 tech planets.
Yes, I will.
That's
produce a
gonna
resource.
virtually punching me in the face right now.
No, it's just more disappointed.
This one does. True story.
So what's the value of one resource or the other over a different one?
Nothing. They're just all points.
Okay.
Now, I think it's as far as I know, they're just points. I can't even remember. Sometimes in expansion or something, but does the production card say you can get anything different? No, 1 point for each.
Yeah.
In some of the expansions, I think they matter, but I never really did trade in production. It's just a thing that it didn't do. And I've had someone win with that. It's just not my jam. Ooh, what roll did you do?
I did research.
3, 5. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? One short. Never mind, I'm not one short anymore.
Oh yeah.
You get a good one, Nathan?
I drew a lot of very similar cards, so I get to a lot.
Well, the cards you draw are all the cards that are available to you
Yes.
at that level, yes.
Well, till you up to 5 cards, but
Oh, okay, for your turn. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was talking about something else. Ooh, someone's colonizing.
Oh, I settled. I didn't colonize.
Oh, you settled. Let's see what your roll is.
Because I only had 3 cards, but I have a bonus symbol. What is this? I have more bonus symbol. Then I suppose that I shall survey?
Monkeys. Why? Why?
Because I need a planet. I just settled it.
It's true.
Oh, hey, look, there's a tech planet.
Sure.
I don't care about it now. Hmm. That one costs colonize 5.
Ouch.
That symbol's more useful, but that is cheaper. Hmm.
That's right.
I'm not sure why you don't care about Tech Planet now, but okay.
Well, it's more valuable for him to get 3 Earths than it is another tech planet.
Yeah, and guess what? None of them were Earths.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just bad luck. Bad luck. I always consistently have good luck with tech planets in this game, like consistently. It's sort of horrible.
Do I keep that?
Mm-hmm.
Or no. Because I need. Do I even have 5 of those symbols? And then all my stuff. I do. Hmm.
So the main thing having 3 Earths is that gives him access to 7 cost tech,
Right, which is
Yeah.
a lot of points.
which
And most of them are permanent, so they don't even go in your hand.
yeah.
Even
Which
I get them even if they don't do anything for me because it's points.
Of course, you almost have
Yeah.
to have 3 tech planets to be able to afford this.
Yep.
Yep.
3 Earths months. Actually,
All
you need
right.
more.
Well, three
Let's
three
do
Earth
that.
or 3 tech or 3 war. Oh man, that's so many of that thing. Okay, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna settle a planet, which will happen to be this one. Then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna get streamlining. Which let me remove cards from the game under my turn, and I'm gonna hit done. Oh.
Hmm. I'm not sure if I understand how this works, but
For the research?
no. Well, my improved colonization as an action, I can settle a planet. Well, can I call?
So
where I
the
can-
way the improved settle works is if you have a planet that has the prerequisite number of stuff on it, you can settle it, and then if you have another one that does, you can settle it too. So you could go
So
boom boom.
Basically, if I play it now, it wouldn't do anything.
It would add to your planet. Oh no, as an action, no, that'd be a bad idea.
Okay.
I think. You just wouldn't be able to settle one planet, but I think you still use it as a colonize. I probably just wouldn't do that. I'd probably use colonize as a roll for that card instead, because it's still a colonize card.
I'm gonna get 2 ships as an action, and then I take the colonize action. I can't settle a planet, so I can. Ah, no.
What did you
I
mess it
screwed
up?
up again. I missed actually adding my colonize cards.
Can't you go back?
No, there's no way to go back.
This is a board game arena fail.
So now I still have a handful of colonize cards and nothing else. Oh well.
It's probably likely it's someone will colonize.
I am not winning this. Well, yeah, but it means I have to spend 2 more actions to be able to settle a planet.
Yeah, you're not gonna probably win. That's okay. I've played this a billion times.
Let's see.
Oh. How many of each type of cards are in the? Like, can we see what's in the deck?
Yeah, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
you
I
can
mean-
click on the deck down below.
Yeah. No, I meant in your actual hand. How many research cards do you have? And
Yeah,
yeah, it lets you-
can
it lets
click
you
on
look.
your deck and discard, and you can see it. Yeah.
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 Let's see.
Oh, okay, so if you're lucky, you could actually, almost at the beginning of the game, have enough to do the 5 technology.
If you colonize 2 planets, yeah.
Yeah.
You only get two research in your hand, so you got to work your way up a little bit. But yeah, it doesn't take that long necessarily.
Oh, are you sure? Oh, it's only 2? Start with. Okay, I thought it looked like there was more.
3, 6. I need to play this one. I'll take the 2 bugs. Then I'm gonna research. Yeah, I like hyper efficiency. Hmm.
Oh, my turn.
Hmm.
So nobody colonized, so I'm still have a handful of colonized that I can't use. You can only colonize 1 planet at a time, right?
Yes.
Yep.
No. That's not true. So
unless
you
you have,
have a
like,
card that
improved
lets
colonize.
you have a card that lets you colonize 2 planets. So if you fill up 1 planet and fill up the other one, you can colonize both.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, okay, yeah. Well,
But that planet right now is currently being used to colonize.
Is there a way to make this work? I'm still gonna have no matter what I do, I'm gonna have a handful of, unless I colonize my 5. Because right now, my problem is I have 5 colonized cards in my hand.
Yeah.
Like, if I take it colonize an action, I can fill one, and then I can take the roll to settle, but then I still have 4 colonized in my hand. Or
You
I
could
could
discard them then at that point if you wanted to, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You need to get them
Well-
out. Like the cards that I got, if you look at the cards up top, are what's really going to make it really hard for you guys to beat me at this point.
Well, I can't see your cards.
Because I have hyper efficiency. They're permanent cards. You can see them.
Oh,
Hyper efficiency and streamlining allow me to make it so I will only draw what I want.
I can't believe you already managed to get a 5 and 7 cost. I still can't afford a 5 or 7
Yeah.
cost card.
Like I
Well,
said,
it helps that he got the double, and he also got a planet that gives him a bonus 1 as well.
right.
That's how.
It also helps playing this game hundreds of times.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get my research up, but it's not been working.
Also, I've never lost this game.
Okay.
It's the only game I've ever played that I've never lost. And more than once. Played more than one time in the game. It's funny too because it's so sad. I actually memorized these cards and I still remember them all.
What? Oh, okay. Wait, did it work? Oh no, you can do it to more than one planet. Maybe. Well, I don't want to. But I guess there's a max of 5 cards you can play in a turn. On colonies, at least.
No, there isn't. You have 5 on that, so you can only put 5 on it. You can only put 4 on the other.
Right. Well, it did let me choose a planet for each card.
Yeah, you can colonize as much as you want for the cards itself. You can only settle one unless you use the improved colonization.
Right. But even though I had one more card, it wouldn't let me use it.
Should have. Oh well.
But I don't know. Done.
Descent. Please be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be dissenting. Ooh. Huh. Huh. So I got a 25 and a 33% chance to draw the card I want. Or I could just do the thing that's going to give me things now. Let's just do.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't. Yeah. No, that was the right call. I was being dumb. All right. Ooh, that's a possibility.
That's the way to do it. Oh, what role did you pick?
I picked tech.
Ooh, so I can follow.
I mean, if you want to, you don't have to follow.
No, no, I do. Don't worry, I do.
I don't think you did.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I don't think you did.
Wait, what else can I do? Oh yeah. Um. Okay.
Oh, you did survey. Great.
Survey says I get another planet.
I have tons of survey cards.
It gave me an option to follow or not, and then I said, yes, I will follow. And it's like, it's not your turn. Well, then why give me the option?
Oh, because it likes you.
Yes, I'm following.
Oh, wow. I should have looked. I need to be paying more attention to the cost of.
Yeah, you do.
It's like I should have bought one that I could do my warfare on, which I'm actually getting close to anyways.
I mean, obviously, I'm just not allowed to go and find other planets to get to a third. Forever a bridesmaid and never a bride.
Yeah, something like that.
So now this is my big turn. I could. Let me select a planet to settle or add colony. So I want to settle one planet.
Okay.
Select. So set. Oh, cancel. How does this work? So first I select a planet to settle.
Yep.
Then okay. Then I have to add a colony to the second planet. Okay, that's how that works. And then I am gonna take colonize for my role so I can settle this other planet.
There you go.
Excellent.
And done.
I will follow.
I will follow you. No.
And I only need one to colonize that planet.
Ooh, okay.
Well, I was going to do something else, but I think I'm just going to do that to
What you
settle
gonna
that
do?
planet.
Okay. Woo.
Let's see.
You only have 2 cards in your hand?
I've only got one card in my hand.
Oh, 1 card in your hand.
Yeah.
Dilemmas. Oh, you surveyed? Ah, quit surveying.
Why? I don't understand the problem, sir.
Okay. You gonna research with me?
I am, and I have 4 to research with, so not very useful, but oh well.
Huh. Yeah, I love hyper efficiency and streamlining. Amazing cards. Data network card that you wanted. One of the best cards in the game.
Yeah, I really wanted that one.
Yeah.
Wow, you have
So I
so
was going to
many.
go.
What's that, Nathan?
I'm hoping to eventually to be able to hit expect 4 to 5 value research one. Wow. Yeah. What's a data mine? Oh, I didn't see. No. Oh, I can play an action. Oh, I did an action. Okay, I'm confused.
Hmm.
I need to do.
We're getting low on these stacks now too. Gotta
Yep.
keep that in mind.
Yeah, when is it? Is it just one stack goes away?
For
or
2 to 3 players, it's when one stack goes away.
Mm.
You can double check on the rules down below, but I believe that's it. And we all get equal number of turns. But I don't think.
Yeah, it is just one stack.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, I'm just feeling like I'm just getting started. I'm just figuring actually being able to do things.
Okay. Hmm. Well, when you play with more players, it lets at these 2 to 3 stacks and stuff. And with some of the expansions, the stacks get bigger, so there's a little bit more length of play to it. It does actually feel pretty short with 2 to 3 players.
Yeah. It just feels very hard to get enough research to actually research anything meaningful.
You gotta know how to play the game, the tech game, and cheat, and that's what I'm doing. Just research cards alone will clog you up, but you also need to, like you saw in the beginning of the game where I was using my research to chuck cards out of the game.
Yeah.
You gotta do that. You gotta pick colonize or fight, period, and then just do that. What role did you pick?
I picked trade.
That's a dumb role.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is actually. I need you to keep researching
Nope.
every round. Only research.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so
Oh man.
I got a point for trading.
Yeah, boy.
Got to do this, I think. Come on, give me what I need. Yes, this one.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I haven't trashed any cards yet. But I have tons and tons of cards.
All right, you guys can survey with me if you like.
Oh, of course.
It gave me the option to give. It's like, it's not your turn. Come on, stop giving me the button.
TIE fighters.
Hmm. Survey says.
Survey says I get my second tech planet.
That's not bad. I mean, there's still points in the tech, I think. Yeah, there's a couple
Yeah.
points there. Ooh, Nathan's colonizing.
And attacking a planet.
I do have a free attack. A free bug game. So I could follow with one if I want. Two, I think. That'll be good. Yes.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Those
Yeah,
permanent cards are really nice sometimes. As in always nice.
Colonizing's like inefficient because you can only really add significant colonization as a role, not as an action. But then it's better if you do settle as an action.
Yeah.
Weird. I got a lot of ways to settle, but not a lot of ways to actually colonize.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Follow.
I didn't really want to do that, but
Yeah.
didn't really have much choice either.
I'm unfortunately not wanting to do that. So if I do this one, I think that works. Hmm. You know what? We're researching. Hmm. All right, what you doing?
You got to discard cards first.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, discarded the
You
card.
don't get to find out what we're doing until you do that, brah.
True.
Okay, so I am gonna do my improved colonization to settle this. And then
Hmm.
I am gonna survey to get another planet.
No surveying. Surveying. No. John is deadly silent right now. He's like, how am I going to win this game? I shall destroy him with my fist of fury. Is that how you are?
It didn't click that when you're choosing a role, that role card goes into your deck.
Really? This entire game, you were like, what is happening?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. All right.
I was like,
Yeah,
how-
it's kind of a big thing.
I kept on like wondering, how do I keep drawing so many colonized cards? Like, oh, I'm adding cards to my deck. And now now I understand how you actually get 5 and 7 research to be able to actually.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to do this card. I wish this worked out differently, but this is just how it has to be.
That would have been something that would be very easy to understand in the physical game.
Yeah.
It'd be almost impossible not to realize that.
Yeah, it would. Yes, it would literally be impossible. Yes.
No, I did the wrong thing. Shoot.
I would say I weep for you, but I don't. That would be a lie.
Oh, that just cost me like so many points. What did I miss? Did you do something on your turn?
Yeah, I traded. I sold some things.
You might actually beat me. You might. Because I messed up. So bad.
I don't know how. You could have ended the game a while ago and won.
Yeah, I know.
Well, actually, could you take the action if you can't take it? No, you can because you can at least put one thing on it.
Right.
So if you took colonize, you could have ended the game a while ago.
I hit the wrong button is basically what happened right now. I should have got my last one and get tons and tons of points now, but you know. Blah!
Okay, so the only action role I can take that would have any value to me right now is Actually, it has no value to me because I can't
Colonize would have great value to you. Because
Yeah, it ended the game.
It would end the game, which is bad, and I wouldn't actually be able to do anything with it. I would just add more to a
What was
plan. I
that
can't
sound?
settle it yet. What sound?
Some sound.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh no! Because the only thing I have for my thing is, well, I guess I could take the research action.
This is much closer
You
than I
could.
wanted it to be. You could definitely take the research action. That would be wonderful.
And
Yeah,
I would
but
have,
I don't know if you want to take the research action.
I'd have 4 tech,
Yeah,
which
you're not going to
also
be able to
gets
get
me
a.
no points.
Well, 3 tech. Yeah, because I took all the 3 tech cards, so tech is useless. Although I think there might be one tech card that's worth something. There's a 2-point tech card out there.
I'm just gonna survey,
Ah, frick.
and I'm gonna discard cards because I have too many colonized cards. I don't need research anymore.
I can't believe I messed that up. Ah!
Actually, I'll keep the colonized because I'll just get rid of the research.
It's all because I lost my internet connection.
Yep.
They're putting a fiber optic in my neighborhood, and the only thing they seem to be doing good with is destroying my Armstrong network. And it's not Armstrong putting in the fiber optic; it's a separate company. I don't have fiber optic through Armstrong. They don't run it to me.
I'm afraid I can't do anything about that, though.
I might know a guy.
I'm afraid that I have no bearing on that.
Ugh. I'm gonna have another turn where I can't do anything.
You could research.
Meaningful. Unless somebody does something that's gonna help me. But that's gonna end the game if they do that, so well, they won't help me. So
Ooh.
basically I'm not getting any more points, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ooh. Ah.
Yeah, I can't believe I messed up. Ah.
All right. So, unfortunately, I don't have any colonized cards in my hand.
You still play the colonize action.
I'm not going to, though.
You don't like immediately lose the game.
Yeah. Let's see. Could do technology. I don't really want to do that either.
Shit.
But, I mean, that's...
I mean, you could survey. That also ends the game. You could do warfare. There's like nothing. No one's doing warfare.
I have no
You could produce.
desire for warfare.
You could produce and trade.
I could produce and trade.
That's
That was one thing I
points.
was thinking of.
Of which I can't do anything about because I have 0. Oh, I do have one way of producing, but I'm just not going to do it.
Okay, yes, I know what I can do on my turn that's actually used.
Oh no, that's trade. I can't produce at all.
All right, good. That is what we needed. So, thought there was a card down here that was it only like a 1-turn one? Oh, it actually is like a. Oh, I thought there was a permanent card but it wasn't. It's actually single use. Well, never mind. All right, I could produce, but I think I'm going to trade.
Come on.
And I'm going to sell all 3 of the things I got.
You might beat me with this. This is stupid. Stupid, I tell you.
I don't know if I'm gonna beat you with it, but
I might.
I'm at least not gonna be in a world of. I'm not gonna be bad off. Let's see.
It's true.
I can't remember on the last turn if a card isn't there to take to do as a roll. Can you still do that roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Not that I'm asking for any particular reasons. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Oh, that's disappointing.
I'm disappointed in myself. I would have had like 12 more points at this point.
I was gonna get. I would have to held on to one more. I would have not. I would have had to have not used the improved survey, but I think I needed to have used that. Do I give up on doing a 5 research icon research? Yeah, because I'm not going to do that on your turn. I want to make more points, and I can get more points that way. All right.
Oh, look, I drew a light bulb.
And what you mean you don't have any produce and trade going on? Maybe you should have invested in the market, sir.
So disappointed. All right, that's what I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, influence is not points? What is influence?
Influence is points. But I think there's like the influence tokens is like one of the ways that, like if we drain all the influence
yeah.
tokens, that's another way of draining the causing end game.
Okay, yes, that's right. Oh, I'm gonna help James, aren't I?
Ah.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is not closer than I wanted it to be.
Yeah, well, I had to switch to this produce trade strategy because, that's what I was dealt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I never got that second tech planet. Because I would have totally bought that double light bulb card.
planet.
Did you survey?
No, I did attack.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You got another planet. Cool. Oh, you did warfare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. How come my improved colonization card is still on a planet that's already colonized?
That I don't know.
I have no idea. That seems like a bug to me.
It does. Yeah, seems like it bugged. Oh, you already went.
Me? Yeah.
Yep, me too.
And you produced.
Yep, I produced.
Hmm.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay. This. I want to do this. I want to do one. Eh. There we go. That's much better. It gave me a little comfortableness. I can't attack a planet.
Well, you don't have any planets to attack.
Yeah. It's like, do you want to attack a planet? I'm like, no, I don't have a planet. Some other people going to get some good tech now.
Wait.
Nope.
Yes, I can finally afford my first 5 value tech.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Which I'll never get to play most. Well, it goes in straight in my hand, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
So I could do. Where was the one I wanted?
My only
So
fear
unless-
now is that you produce now you can trade.
Yep.
No, I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
I saw one that was actually useful, but where'd it go?
Hmm.
And also, when I colonize a planet, I get 2 more.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have the planet prerequisite to get the one that was actually useful.
Yeah. So for
Oh,
me, like
no.
having passive colonizing points makes it so I just like, yeah, I just want to keep on colonizing passively
Yeah, it's true.
while I constantly buy and sell everything that I make.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll do that, I
I
guess.
would love to survey, but you know, that's gonna end the game a little bit
Before you wanted to.
before I could sell all my stuff.
It's true.
Hmm.
So what's Nathan want to do?
I am gonna put one of these down here. Add a colony to the planet. And I am just gonna trigger the end of the game
What? What?
by settling a planet.
Uh, the role that I can't follow. Oh, you get an extra round. Ooh,
Yeah, so we complete the round and
Hmm.
then 1 round.
that's helpful for
All
you
right.
guys.
Yep. That's good. Actually, I don't mind it being triggered now.
I'm glad to get one more turn though, so that's gonna be nice. Although I have a
Yeah,
fairly good idea what you're gonna do.
Oh, that's not huge.
let's see here. I can't follow because I can follow,
We'll see.
but that's already maxed out. So I will just dissent. All right, so I will
Oh yeah.
colonize that.
dumb. I should have got rid of that.
Yes.
And then I'm going to trade.
No. Nope.
Unfortunately, I only have one trade icon. But now I'm going to discard my entire hand. Yeah, baby. Let's dig up those trade cards that I know are in there.
This is
Maybe hopefully I can sell off all 6 of them here.
so. Yeah, I can't. Descent. You guys are killing me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, I'm selling all of it.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna get anything to do anything on my last turn. I didn't plan that out well.
Um.
I mean, I can get a planet, which is not useful. And I can get enough colonies on it to colonize it next turn, but
I'm gonna do this one first. Hyper efficiency. No, cancel. We're gonna do. Cancel.
I mean, it's not going to be enough for me to catch up, but I mean, I'm going to be in striking distance. I mean, I'll be 3 points shy of ish. If I could have had like one more planet sitting out there passively, like when I had all those, colonizers in my hand, that would have been great. Because I would have just instead of colonized last turn and then sold this turn.
Yeah.
That would have gotten me pretty close. Yeah, if I could have followed on one of those survey actions you guys had done earlier, but I, was not lucky enough, sadly.
There we go. What do you have down there? You could either. Okay, then. We will do this one. All right.
Yeah, so James, I don't know, would you say Eminent Domain is good?
Yeah, I like the game a lot. I played it a lot, though. What about you?
I would say it's pretty decent. It's like a nice, like I would say light deck builder, at least the base
Yeah.
game is. I don't know too much about the expansions,
So
unfortunately.
some of the expansions really suck. There's a couple that are good, but overall the base game, and I don't remember the one expansion is really nice for it. I would just get the base game and that one expansion that I can't remember what it is, but I'll post it in the comments or description when this video goes up of what the good expansion is. The other ones had some weird stuff that doesn't work out very well, but overall I think it's a solid deck building game, and it's just a fun game. Like if you're playing this in real life, this game only takes 30-45 minutes to play.
and considering I didn't know the basic rules of the game, and I lost like 3 or 4 turns by clicking wrong buttons.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
I did pretty well.
I also didn't end the game when I should have,
Yeah.
but I why?
Wait. John still has another turn?
He does. He has one. This is
Yep.
the last turn.
Oh, okay.
The final countdown.
3, 4, 5. Yep, I only got 5.
There's no way you can get 10 points, I think, in the base game.
No.
But
No matter what he does, it's not useful for me. Because there's no action.
he could research
Any
that.
point.
Give me 2 points, but
Yeah, that would get me no points.
Yeah, I could have researched for 2 points, or I could have traded for 5. I think I'll.
Yeah. Fried fries
Yeah.
better. So. I gotta dissent that.
Yeah, I had a lot of.
Why wouldn't you want to follow up on that
Yeah, I know,
amazing
right?
action?
I did have a lot of turns where I could not do anything effective. That's the problem with colonization, I guess. It seems like.
Boo! I won. Oh, and I got a badge.
My ELO calculation, I got +1.
All right, so yeah, that was a good game. That was Dominion. Now you guys did
Eminent
Eminent Domain. Sorry, Eminent Domain, not Dominion. Eminent Domain. And now I've played this game a lot, so you guys did really well in this game. I still got to put my favorite. No, you did good too. I mean, you ended up with 28 points at the end. You had 2 situations where you did colonize and it didn't work out for you, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I had one
Yeah.
where I failed to I hit the wrong button to do the bug attack, and that cost me dearly. But yeah, overall, really like this game. Nathan,
Yeah,
you're the only one who didn't
I
give your
quite-
thoughts.
I quite like it. I mean, I played it like 10 years ago. Well, not that long ago. but,
Yeah.
so I didn't remember it at all. But now that I understand what to do, I think I would have a decent chance of winning.
All right. Yeah, I think we might do it again in the future. For now, that was our playthrough of Eminent Domain. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and have a good night.